obviously you're a very like strong-willed person. You're your own man. You have, your own views and things like that. And I'm wondering from an outsider's perspective, and I don't know when you went to XC, what year it was, but why that gym? And like why coaches like Eric and the guys that are in your corner, like,
so
was
I
there
was
something specific in maybe the first meeting you guys had?
Yeah, so I've been training with Eric since fucking for years, dude. So I went to Syndicate because, Eric, the gym was established. This was my train of thought. I went to Syndicate because I had a little bit more control over my sparring. Like, it was a really small niche group of guys. You had like 3 or 4 guys, and I could have sparred them every day.
At Syndicate.
Okay. Xtreme, bro, you had this you have this sea of good guys. I was kind of an outsider that like, I'd show up a little bit late. But, a lot of guys, like, I think they looked at me more of an outsider. So I kind of gravitated towards Syndicate because I had like my core group of guys I could spar every single day. Every single day.
Was it like a comfortability factor at Syndicate because you had just that group?
I like sparring. Like, I just like a core group. I like my core group. I don't want to spar. I'll spar random to kill a random every now and then because it's fun. But like, I like my core group. So once these guys kind of retired, then I was left with like, once my core group left, now I was left with the rest of the gym.
Yeah.
And like me and John, dude, and I have nothing bad to say about John. I really think John, like if you watch him, like he's very knowledgeable. I don't think John's the best leader. Like I don't think John's the best leader, but dude, he is very knowledgeable. Like when it comes to striking, wrestling. But the problem is like John, let's just say John Eric. Let's say John wrote an entire book on MMA. And you're like, oh, that's a good book. And say Eric would write a pamphlet. That pamphlet will take you farther than that book. You know what I'm saying? Because like Eric is a leader. He knows how to implement it. He knows how to push it. And he knows how to do it. John, on the other hand, he's more of like, he just doesn't, I don't think he carries the passion for it. Like you come to a Monday practice, Eric's fucking involved, bro. Like the amount of energy he brings, like he is fucking involved. You go to a Syndicate practice, it's like, all right, we're going to do wall stuff for like 5 minutes. Eric's like, don't be fucking pussies. We're on the wall. Take him down. Like, or like, and this is another reason why I get along at Xtreme. So I hated this fucking Syndicate wrestling practice, dude. It was like an hour of fucking drilling crucifixes and shit. Like, that's why we have a lot of Syndicate guys now or Xtreme guys. And I was like, dude, I can't do this. Like, I'm a professional fighter, bro. You don't think I've been doing I've been doing this shit for 18 fucking years, dude. So we started doing our own wrestling program, and it was just a hard fucking program. And then John guy kind of got mad at me. He was like, hey, you know what? Like, you're kind of splintering the team. I was like, I get it, dude. But like, if all these guys are doing this practice and not your practice, like maybe there's something with what I'm doing. And John, instead of being like, nah, like, he's like, nah, just don't do it. And I just got up and left. But, same thing. Eric, I run my own wrestling practice, and Eric doesn't say, hey, Sean, like, like you're splintering the team. He's like, hey, man, if this is what you fucking need and the guys like doing it, fucking huzzah, dude. Fucking enjoy it, man.
Got
like
him his own mat space, his own time.
Yeah.
He's got whatever he needs.
We were at the PI, and I was like, Eric, I don't really want to be at the PI anymore, man. This fucking place makes people soft and weak, and I just don't want to do it. And Eric's like, don't trip, dude. We'll move a class. And now we're at Xtreme. So the reason why people like Xtreme, dude, is there's so much fucking freedom. Like, there's so much fucking freedom and, like, training. It's not like, it's just good, bro. It's good. It's a good place.
If we say we had, like a standard of, like, 5 things, that's it. 5 things standard. If you can just please stay within this standard of these 5 things, dude, we're all going to get along great.
Yeah.
We're all going to get along great. And I remember, like, today he called me, and he's like, hey, is it cool if I come back to Xtreme? I'm like, you never were kicked out.
Yeah.
And he's like, my man. I was like, dude, I've never wanted you to ever leave. Like, you're always welcome. And he's like, and I've known him since like 2013, 2014. Yeah.
Wow.
We've known each other for a long time. But his energy, when the first time he came to Couture's, he actually came with Manly, a couple guys from Cali, and I think maybe even Uriah Hall, some of those boys. Yeah, but right away, I'm like, dude, I rolled with him. It was like a Saturday, and he ended up fighting short notice. He got in the UFC. I think, would you fight in Brazil? Yeah. What was your short notice?
No, my short notice was Texas.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, right away he was an underdog in that fight, and I ended up jumping on it, and he ended up winning that fight. So we kind of follow each other for his career. Facebook Messenger, and I remember him getting in his motorcycle accident and staying up with him and stuff. But we've been cool for a long time, man. But it's not all coaches are for everybody. I think you just need to find the right one that can kind of help you and not just like guide you, but just give you the resources that you feel like you need. He needs different resources than Francis or Dan Ige or Puna, whoever it may be, right? But as a coach, you have to be able to mold yourself a little bit. But that 5 standards we're talking about, the standards stay the same, and everybody's cool with the standard. Hey, show up on time, have your tape, be a good teammate, yada, yada, yada. And then we're all going to get along fine. And we've done pretty damn good. Yeah.
Was there like I'm trying to think of like, was there a moment or a conversation? Because I go back to that clip that everybody has seen now where you're right before you're about to walk out for Izzy and you guys have kind of like this conversation. And I'm wondering if there was like a moment like that for you was like, okay, Eric's the guy I need to be
I think with Eric, it's his football background.
Yeah.
Because like, I grew up playing football. There was like always structure and leadership. And like when you had your team captain, like it was almost like militant. Like you had a team captain, bro, and it was fucking militant where it'd be like, whether it be the linebacker or the quarterback, like they were the fucking commander.
Right.
And they would like, if they're going to, it's like if you're going to go to war, they're going to go to war with you. And Eric has that same kind of like, he brings that football mindset to like, hey, if I'm going to war, you'll go to war. If you go to war, I'll go to war. Yeah. And a lot of coaches, like, again, John, good guy, I like John, but I think he doesn't have that, like, I'm a fucking leader. I won't ask you to do something I won't do.
There's also just a lot of coaches and people in general in the sport, as you've mentioned before and on Twitter, like, they're just not in it for the, I worked for UFC 2014, 2019. I was at Xtreme Couture 2012, 2013. I've been around the game for a minute, and you just see a lot of coaches and managers and people that are just not in it for the right reasons.
Well, I mean, it's so hard to keep your energy up because you picture doing the same thing every day, walking the gym, and you have like these people, and every day you go in there, you got to treat it like, let's fucking go, team. Like that's hard energy to keep up. Even me, like when I started taking more control of like the sparring, I even told some of the coaches, like, hey guys, like I'm getting fucking tired. Like, you guys got to get in there.
It's hard, but when you know that like that people are going to feed off that energy. And, he'll tell me after every Monday, he's like, dude, that was a fucking hard ass practice. I loved it. That was great practice. It gets me up for the next Monday.